Hi, I'm Ben. I like Kill Team, and I want to talk about it. Welcome to part 2 of my Feral Tusk homebrew Space Marine chapter Kill Team series. I think I'm calling it a series because I do want to come back to it at some point. I would love to do a heavy Intercessor Kill Team, even though they look like they're kind of bad. But I think it would be cool to see just big old boys with, boar pelts and tusks. I think that'd be cool to see. And I want to do a scout, a team of all scouts for feral tusks. I think that would be cool as well. But anyways, my assault intercessor kill team is finished. At the time of recording the first video, the compendium had not been released, to be reviewed yet. So I was just kind of guessing as to whether or not these 5 boys would be a legal team. And good news is, yay, it is legal. The bad news is I don't think it's optimal, but that's okay because I learned a lot and I had a lot of fun. And, that's the whole reason why we do this, is to enjoy it. So I'm going to have some pictures on screen and I'm going to show you my Feral Tusk homebrew chapter Space Marine Assault Intercessor kill team. So let's take a look. Starting off with my favorite member of the team is my Assault Intercessor Sergeant with Plasma Pistol and Power Fist. I haven't given him a name yet. I kind of think he needs to earn his name, but if you have any suggestions, I am open to that, so just leave that in the comment section below. I had a lot of fun modeling him. I'll put some pictures up, but he has some tusks on his backpack. I think the sergeants and chapter master and like higher ups, higher ranking members of the feral tusks get to wear tusks on their backpacks, whereas other ones just get to have them on their belt. Or this guy's probably breaking code, not like they would be codex compliant chapter, but he has them on his power fist as well. So that was fun to model. And the green stuff, I think green stuff probably came out the best on this guy than any of the others, frankly. But he was fun to model. So I gave him the plasma pistol because it just seems like that's a thing to do. The other options just aren't as good, in my opinion. You have AP1 and AP2 if you supercharge it, overcharge it, and that's just good. So I did that. And I think everybody's going to be doing that, by the way. Since it's not a points thing anymore, I think we're just going to see plasma pistols, in abundance, which I'm cool with because I love plasma pistols. And then I gave him a super cool power fist with tusks on it. I played around with the idea of going with a power weapon, like mounted to a spear because they all use spears, because it's 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, critting on a 5, which is wild. But I think I'm going to run these against probably more of your horde style teams. And on a crit with a power fist, you do 7 damage, which I just like the idea of one-shotting some poor guardsmen with a power fist on a charge. So I went with that. And then also, once you put big old tusks on a power fist, there's nothing is quite as cool as that. So that is my my sergeant, the leader of this Feral Tusk Assault Intercessor team, and I'm so happy with him. He was so much fun to model and to paint and to build, and I loved it. And he is my favorite model. So everything is downhill from this guy. I forgot, real quick, the equipment that I plan to be running on this guy. A big bummer about Assault Intercessors is that they really don't get any good equipment. Reavers get cool equipment. What is the guy who can be the Helix Adept? What is that? The Infiltrators get cool equipment. Even just regular Intercessors can get a grenade launcher for equipment. These guys have nothing special. Absolutely nothing, which is a big bummer. I think that's the real killer. Between that and getting them into combat safely, that is the killer. So he has just a purity seal. Just a purity seal, so he can reroll 1 dice for free at some point in the game. It's not awesome, but I could give him grenades, but I'm going to give some other guys grenades. So he is taking a purity seal, and I'm going to model it on him at some point, maybe on a shoulder pad or a fist or a backpack or something. So he is taking a purity seal. Anyways, on to the other 4 losers in my kill team. They all have the same loadout because that's all they can take, which is a heavy bolt pistol, which does piercing 1 for its special rule, I believe, or its crit rule. So on a crit, it does AP 1, which is good. AP in this game, AP 1 in this game, in this edition of the game, means more than it did in the last game, so that's cool. And I feel like you have a pretty decent chance to roll a crit every time you shoot this weapon on 4 dice. And then your chainsword, which I'm a little disappointed to be honest that there's no special rules or rerolls associated with it, but they do get 5 attacks, which is pretty cool, 4 or 5 damage. So something that I like about these guys. Now my sergeant won't get it because he has a plasma pistol, but these 4 idiots all will be able to shoot twice with bolter discipline because it's heavy bolt pistols. Bolter, and with their chain swords and a power fist, boy, I wouldn't want to have to fight twice with that, or fight him. That's 10 attacks, and so 10 attacks with a chain sword or spear in this case, doing 4 or 5 damage, 4/5. 10 attacks will probably take out almost anything you need to. Maybe not a custody or something, but almost anything you probably could take out. So the big issue here. Oh, and by the way, they're all for equipment. 2 of them will either have some kind of grenade or some kind of purity seal because they really got the short end of the stick, the short end of the spear when it comes to equipment options. But that is what it is. All right. That is my first official kill team for the new edition. Not really, but it's the first one that I built specially for this edition. And so I learned a lot on the hobby side of things. First time working with green stuff. First time doing some things, which is cool. I really like how the tusks turned out. I'm really happy with it. And that's what's important because this is a hobby that we're in because we're supposed to like it. Not supposed to be grumpy all the time. Although there are a lot of reasons to be grumpy right now. If you're grumpy about Kill Team, I understand it. But I learned a lot and I had fun, which is very important because if you're not doing that, then you should probably find a hobby that you can enjoy. So I'm looking forward to playing them. I do have a few concerns. I've seen a few battle reports where Marines just get wiped off the table, and these guys, I'm sure, if you shoot them with anything other than a las gun, I don't think they're going to last very long. But they're fun and cool, and I like it, and that is the most important thing. But then I am going to end up building an optimal team. This will be my fun team, and then I will have an optimal Astartes team of whatever that ends up being. I've received a lot of cool feedback from you guys on Facebook, in the Facebook Kill Team group, and here on YouTube, so I really appreciate that. And I will be coming back to the Feral Tusks eventually, and maybe some more homebrew stuff. I don't know. I really had a lot of fun with this. I wasn't sure if it was going to come out good, and who knows if it did, but I like it, and so that's pretty cool. So that's my Kill Team. And since I started this project, the compendium has been released. And so thankfully this is a legal kill team, not optimal by any stretch, maybe the least optimal of all the Astartes teams, except for maybe the heavy intercessors. They seem maybe worse than this. But it is legal, which, that's, I guess, the most important thing. And now we know how list building works. We know what options we have. We know how everything works. We know everything. We know it all. And some people are pretty unhappy with it. I definitely understand that. I wasn't thrilled on my first read through of the reviews and stuff like that, but I've kind of come around to it. I think, Reavers seem actually decent for the first time and, like ever. Deathwatch looked amazing. I'm a Deathwatch boy through and through. They were my first kill team. They're my favorite Marines. I'm definitely going to be optimizing Deathwatch for this new edition. Heavy intercessors look like garbage, frankly. They don't look like garbage. I think they look cool, but in this edition, I think you're going to be, maybe more worthless than these boys. But I've kind of come around to it as a whole, and I think even though it's taking away a lot, I think it's giving us more than it's taking. So it is a bummer that some of our teams are not legal anymore. I'm not super upset about it because it gives me a reason to build and paint more. I mean, I have so much gray plastic over here that I need to get to. It's kind of crazy. So it is a bummer that some of my teams are not legal, but I'm going to be building a bunch of new stuff, and I think I need some help. So I'm going to be building a bunch of kill teams specifically for this new edition, and I wanted to see if there were any in particular that you were kind of interested in. What's next up on my hobby table is Deathwatch. I think they look awesome, and I'm a Deathwatch boy, so let me know if you want to see that. I'm also going to be putting together an all-Scion Imperial Guard team, and I might do a homebrew regiment on that, I'm not sure. But let me know if you want to see that. And the last option is a Red Corsairs Chaos Space Marine team. I've already painted. Let me see if I can get this to pull focus. Will you pull? There we go. Good job. And this is my aspiring champion for my red Corsairs team. I want the option to be able to run either 6 Marines or 3 Marines and 8 Cultists. And he came out really good. I tried some new stuff on him where I stippled the red in, and I'm happy with it. And I tried some of that like burn your eyeballs out Vallejo neon paint for the plasma and the power weapon, and it looks killer, I think. So let me know if you want to see them coming up next. So those are the 3 options: Deathwatch, Scions, or Red Corsair Chaos Marines. Let me know because I want to get started on them pronto because I want to get a lot ready for the new edition. This has been the video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed my Feral Tusk Assault Intercessor kill team as much as I have. I've had a ton of fun with it, and that is what matters at the end of the day. So let me know what you think. If you think that my team is going to be good or if they're going to be just a pile of garbage on the table, let me know. I really want to hear from you guys. And let me know what you're working on as well. I would love to know what you are prepping for the new edition of Kill Team. Thank you for watching and commenting and being just such a cool community that I get to be a part of. So thanks. That's it. And I'll see you around.